this stadium. Real Madrid have won 50 of the preceding 99. Stadium which is undergoing refurbishments, very impressive works taking place. Missed by Balde. The teenager then able to make a challenge on Carvajal. Balde playing 2 days ahead of his 19th birthday. It is his 8th start of the season, and Barcelona have won all 7 previous matches that he has begun. So he gets the nod today ahead of Marcos Alonso. There is Carlo Ancelotti, his record as a manager in Clásicos: played 8, won 4, lost 4.
I'm talking about Alex Balde, 2 very crucial duels today. This is going to be Valverde against Alex Balde. Valverde, who likes to run in behind, driving forward. He has to face Toni Kroos. Of course, in terms of pace, Frenkie de Jong is faster and is quicker than Toni Kroos, and this is something that Barcelona will have an advantage there. And we've seen Rafinha playing on the right. Normally his preferred position, same as Dembélé, that he has to be moved to the left side. Of course, Dembélé would prefer to play in Rafinha's flank, but again, Barcelona in control. We said that Real Madrid, of course, they're not going to wait in a low block. They always waiting in a medium block and trying to get the ball, recover the ball, and off they go in the counter-attack to the basic players, to the Vinicius and Valverde on the flanks.
There is Aurelien Tchouameni finding Valverde now. Kroos. Toni Kroos playing his 250th league match for Real Madrid. His very first was back in the August of 2014. And it was against Xavi Ferrer's Cordoba. 2-0 win for Madrid. Balde battling and showing strength up against Carvajal, forward by Eric Garcia. And this is Lewandowski able to turn and lift one over the top to invite Ousmane Dembélé to make inroads. Dembélé's into the box and has composure. What can he find now? Needs support and has support. Lewandowski was arriving and the flag is now raised.
Well, we've seen the first thing that Barcelona are working with Lewandowski. So Lewandowski is a top player in the finishing. He's always great in the air, but he does very, very well what he's doing. This is offside of Dembélé, of course. But he drops into the midfield. He holds the ball. If he's not marking, if he's not chasing, he turns and he looks forward, and then someone is taking his space. In this case was Dembélé. So Militao decided not to follow him and basically cover the possible run of Dembélé. But well, it's a good movement of Lewandowski.
And good movement here from Mendy, who finds Vinicius onto the left, deflected just wide. And noise now, Jamie, from the Real Madrid supporters.
Absolutely, they are enthusiastic after this attack from their team from Real Madrid. Everybody asking Vinicius encara, face the defender Sergio Roberto. That's one of the duels of today's game.
So a first corner of the match to be taken by Toni Kroos. Brought down by Benzema and cleared by his compatriot Ousmane Dembélé.
And it's very important what we've seen Mendy going forward. Let's see again.
Vinicius too close to the goalkeeper.
Because nowadays, team, the fullbacks are very offensive, as everybody knows. And by playing as a wing-back today in modern football, most of the times you are defending more than attacking. So we've seen Mendy going forward and Rafinha trying to track him back to chase him, and he was late and the cross came. So it's going to be a big battle between the fullbacks of Real Madrid and the wingers of Barcelona today. As we can see Real Madrid just waiting, no pressing, medium block, 2 players just taking care of Lewandowski. Benzema not really pressing, not taking some energies in the pressing, and Koundé going forward and looking for Rafinha.
Ball given away by Rafinha. Tchouaméni was quick to it, but Barca win it back swiftly. A drop of the shoulder from Koundé, who continues his run before thinking twice.
But he has to be very careful with that. He understood that Sergio Busquets took his position, but Real Madrid had danger on the counter-attack, so be careful in the defensive transitions.
Well, Xavi did say that his side must be more compact than they were midweek against Inter Milan, and they were exposed, particularly second half, conceding 3 times in what was really a must-win match.
And also against Celta de Vigo, the second half of the Camp Nou, Celta had 4 or 5 chances, so they need to improve defensively.
Well, they have conceded only once in La Liga all season. They are on the back foot now. Benzema finds Vinicius, who is running at Sergio Roberto. Vinny still. Set back from Madrid.
Vinicius White is a right-footed player, so naturally he will come in field to play a 1-2 or dribbling, and this is when Koundé gets action. So, by Sergio Roberto marking Vinicius, so what he's trying to do is sending Vinicius inside, and then Koundé and Sergio Busquets is waiting for him. So what Vinicius should do is, okay, this is only 10 minutes, but okay, they send him inside, so sometimes he should try the dribbling outside to take Sergio Roberto's outside part in defense, and I'm sure that he will surprise the defender of Barcelona.
Touch here for Lunin, who kept his first clean sheet for Real Madrid last weekend in the narrow win at Getafe. It was an early goal from Eder Militao that won that game. In which Ancelotti was able to rest, to rotate, in which the reigning Spanish and European champions kept Getafe at arm's length. Loose from Pedri, who's won it back from Tchouaméni. Pedri into the box. Clearance by Militao. And very calm from Cruz. Now it is Carvajal up towards Vinicius. Toni Kroos striding forward under pressure from Busquets, but kept on going and released. The pass, Vinicius is through on goal. Can he open the scoring? Goal! The rebound! It's Karim Benzema! 5 matches with...
And this is the moment that Sergio Roberto, knowing that Toni Kroos is going to play a crucial pass, you see Sergio Roberto is marking Vinicius, but at a certain moment he loses him, and of course Vinicius, he goes and tries to score. Benzema following this play, rebound goes to Benzema, and it doesn't miss. But this is one of the weakest points of Barcelona. We've been talking about the full-back position for Barcelona to face.
The players to move on.
A real battle there between Valverde and Balde. Here comes Benzema. Such a complete footballer. Balde read the flick there.
But that was a good reaction from Balde, because Valverde was running forward. He took a couple of yards advantage. Balde just recovered them, and then he could stop the player of Barcelona. And again, some problems for Barcelona to build up. They've been struggling the last couple of days, team, when they were pressed high. Remember the game against Inter, also against Celta de Vigo. So, well, this is something that Real Madrid will do sometimes, of course not all the time, but when it sees Barcelona in trouble, it will press. And, well, some trouble for Barcelona to build up, something that they normally, there's a facet of the game that they normally dominate.
Valverde's cross went straight to De Jong. Poked forward into space, but read by Militao. And it didn't last long, that spell of possession for Barcelona.
Just saw Marc-André ter Stegen complaining. Marc-André ter Stegen complained towards his teammates. Hay demasiada distancia. There's too much of a distance, and he was calling Dembélé, he was calling Rafinha to help their team defensively.
Well, they saw that distance in tackle. So much room behind
the problem, team, and Jamie, is that an open game is not good for Barcelona. Barcelona need to control the game. This is offside of Lewandowski. But an open game is face-to-face game with the spaces is not good for Barcelona. Real Madrid feel comfortable with that, and Barcelona need to have players very close to each other to basically to link and to put some good passes. Normally Barcelona play most of the passes, short passes between 10-15 meters, and they cannot do that because they're too far apart. And it's very important also, we've seen a couple of times how when Barcelona is struggling, they were looking for Lewandowski. So that first ball to Lewandowski is crucial. Lewandowski wins that duel, the same that he did when he passed to Dembélé. Is good for Barcelona. If Militao is winning those challenges, then it's going to be very difficult for Barcelona to have continuity in the game.
Madrid finding their groove. Bruce pulling the strings. Carvajal closed down.
Look at Militao's position.
A slip. And then Balde nudged over.
What they do, they play long, which is okay because it's Lewandowski there. This is an option, but normally they play short this kind of game.
Here is Rafinha, who was asking there for some movement. Missiles raining down. Loose from Koundé. Asked a little too much of Rafinha there. And a cool head from Mendy.
Watch out with an elbow there of Mendy. And there he goes, Valverde.
Some room here for Valverde.
Toni Kroos, Luka Modric always waiting in the right position, finding the space to receive that ball. The same as Sergio Busquets does in Barcelona is Luka Modric, and again, he moves away, and then it was a ball to Carvajal, but Luka Modric was completely alone again. This is the replay. He protects himself. I think there's nothing there.
De Jong under pressure.
And again, a lost ball for Barcelona.
It has been an asphyxiating start from the champions. They lead through Benzema, and they are dictating proceedings at the Bernabeu.
Carlo Ancelotti just told Fede Valverde
Kenapa harus begini?
Let's see, Pedri.
Eric won his back.
Tengo para que ya llegaron.
There is Pedri spinning, taking his time. Into the feet of Lewandowski, who couldn't control. And now Modric skipping forward, thwarted by Balde's clearance.
And that's again what we said about Barcelona. If Barcelona are able to connect with Robert Lewandowski, this kind of balls, and that's a bad pass. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Madrid. Barcelona will have the possibility to play in the last third of the pitch. If they can't connect with Lewandowski, that's going to be very, very, very complicated for Barcelona.
It's come off Rafinha. It is a Real Madrid ball.
It's a tackle of Valverde on Sergio Busquets. He went for the ball. Didn't touch. Busquets anticipated. That's a clear foul.
Nah, apa nah? Pengacun nih. Tapi lo subscribe. Mana.
See Luka Modric. See this run.
Mistimed. The connection between Pedri and Lewandowski not quite clicking there.
No, and what Real Madrid are doing, there's always a man on Sergio Busquets. Now it was Luka Modric taking care of Busquets. This is the goal. Vini Juniors 1v1. Fantastic save again from Ter Stegen. And that's a good finish from Karim Benzema. A lot of players of Barcelona on the way, but he was lucky to, I think it was Sergio Roberto who deflected it.
Here is Dembele taking on Carvajal and swinging in a very well-shaped cross. It is kept in by De Jong. Busquets wide for Sergio Roberto. Four in the centre. The cross is low and repelled by Alaba.
Well, Barcelona decided to go wide and put some crosses in. And this is something that Real Madrid are very comfortable with, isn't it? They're very good by defending these crosses, very good in the air. They put a lot of players in the box to defend it, so it's going to be difficult for Barcelona, unless that they put a great ball to Lewandowski, and then he can finish it. But Real Madrid feeling comfortable with that also.
Pedri. Balde offering width. Xavi Hernandez overseeing his 50th match in charge of of Football Club Barcelona. 28 wins from 49 so far. And a tough start to proceedings here. Pedri for Rafinha, who is up against Mendy. Into the box. Lewandowski has turned it over from just a yard or two away. What a chance there for 1-1.
That's a fantastic movement for Barcelona. We said that Sergio Busquets is marked by Luka Modric, but then it's up to Pedri to be the one who builds, who creates, and he found fantastically the winger on the right side, good cross, and that's strange to see Lewandowski missing these chances.
It is Barcelona's first opportunity of the match. Can they carve out another here? Sergi Roberto, Alaba's clearance. Carvajal didn't quite relieve the trouble, and in the end it bounces over from Rafinha.
This is Rafinha, is a good cross, possibly offside of Lewandowski. Let's see, but what a miss. Normally he doesn't miss these chances. Great cross, Frenkie de Jong don't get to the ball, foul post. Lewandowski always looking at the foul post, getting into the foul post, which is, well, is not seen for the markers of the other teams, and that's, we can consider a big miss. I don't know what would have happened if he would have scored. Possibly the VAR would have participated there, would have been checked, but good movement of Barcelona.
Here is Rafinha for Lewandowski. First time into space. Sergi Roberto. Time to look up and deliver the cross in towards Dembélé. And it is off for a goal kick. But a well-constructed move there. The ball round the corner from Lewandowski. Sergi Roberto did find space.
It's a good moment of Barcelona. Of course, Dembélé getting into the finishing. Great Sergio Roberto going forward. I mean, Sergio Roberto is the type of player that, for me, if he will play in his position, which is an offensive or attacking midfielder, is possibly one of the best in Europe by doing that. But unfortunately, the last season, he always played as a fullback, and he's not a real fullback. He can do well, but he's not a fullback. But he's good by choosing the timings of the runs, and we had an example a couple of minutes ago.
Alaba very closely in there on his former Bayern teammate Robert Lewandowski. Two players that won 10 Bundesliga titles in total. Lewandowski has never won here at the Bernabeu. He has scored here from the penalty spot. He was the target there, and he is down. Real Madrid continue. There is the whistle. Lewandowski in the challenge.
That's a good clear. There's a contact there of Alaba on Lewandowski. I think he opened his arms to clear the ball. I don't think that he sees Lewandowski coming. But already he hits him in the face. The referee says nothing. And now is the moment where Real Madrid really struggling, isn't it? Real Madrid have decided to have someone on Sergi Busquets. That means that only two players in midfield. Barcelona have an extra man there, and that's why they are dominating the midfield and they are creating.
And pressure there on Lunin, who just about squeezed the pass through for Militao, who is under pressure and dispossessed by Dembélé before winning it straight back and also winning the throw-in.
And Carlo Ancelotti telling him, why you're driving with the ball, isn't it, Jamie?
Exactly, and I've seen Ancelotti too asking Modric to tell Vinicius Junior to help in defensive tasks, especially when Sergio Roberto goes forward.
Well, we know the strong point of Vinicius, which is going forward and attacking and also complaining to referee. But Of course, the weakest point is defending and chasing the fullback, and this is something that Barcelona have to test. Sergio Roberto going forward, Mini not following, and well, now is the game more in favor to Barcelona. Yellow card.
And the first yellow card of the game, Jamie.
For Vinicius Junior for protesting that foul from Toni Kroos on Ousmane Dembélé. This is one of the things precisely that Ancelotti wants Vinicius to correct.
Half an hour played in the Spanish capital. 12th minute goal from Benzema separates these two great rivals. Barcelona just beginning to find their feet. A spell of possession, a couple of opportunities created.
See, the first time that Real Madrid decided to press, it was Modric and Eric Garcia. There was a miss ball from Eric. That's too easy. I mean, it's too easy for Real Madrid. Normally Barcelona don't lose those balls. Let's see Benzema.
Well, this is sharp thinking. Carvajal
is not offside in a throw-in, isn't it?
Benzema alert there to the space. Has it now once more from Dani Carvajal. For the third time, here's the recipient. This time dispossessed. Valverde makes the challenge.
There was an interesting chat right now between Sanchez Martinez and Modric a few seconds ago. He went to the Croatian player to tell him something. Immediately after, Luka turned around to Vinicius and asked him to calm down.
Well, it's been happening all season, isn't it? Vinicius getting into these troubles and protesting to referees all the time. So, well, that's not good for Real Madrid. And now it's a good press of Dembélé.
Busquets won it back. He is, of course, though, Chappie, Vinicius Junior, a player who plays with personality, with courage. And that is an important part of his game.
Of course, yeah.
He has to defend now. This is Rafinha, square for Busquets. One more now for Pedri. Worked across to Balde. Madrid standing firm. Koundé back from injury. And back into the starting lineup. Dembélé with the movement there. Possession equal so far, 50% for both teams. Here is Rafinha. Across came Toni Kroos to very good effect.
Well, it's been very good, the movements of Rafinha. Rafinha is a player that is, of course, left-footed playing on the right, and you can decide to do a couple of things with him. This is the pass to the goal of Karim Benzema, Vinicius 1v1, and the rebound goes to Benzema. So with Rafinha, you can ask him to play wide and wait until the touch line to receive the ball and take players on from there, which he did in a couple of games, the previous games. And another one is to give him some freedom to move inside, because it's good also to play in between the lines and play a little bit more in field. And that creates an extra man, give an extra man to Barcelona in midfield, and that's why they are dominating. There it is again.
Very well won by Eder Militao, striding out from defence. Modric caught.
I think the game is in situation now. Barcelona feels comfortable. They have found at last what they were looking for, which is having this extra man. When Barcelona have the ball, it's always about having an extra man somewhere in the pitch, and now they are doing it. But for Real Madrid, of course, they don't want this kind of game, but they don't feel very comfortable with Sivini.
An error. The ball flicked on to Vinicius, who has options left, right and centre. Tchouaméni wide. Mendy cut back to Valverde. Fede Valverde! Magnificent! They've soaked up pressure and they have